Hi, my name is Aime. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I'm really excited to talk with you because I want to discuss two interesting things. The first is tourism in Ecuador, and the second one is the educational system in your home country.
Okay.
So, first, what's your name?
My name's Ellie.
Okay, Ellie, nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Australia.
Australia. Okay, my professor has says that the pronunciation of the Australians and the listenings of Australia are kind of difficult.
Okay.
So I'm going to try. So start with, what was your first impression when you recently arrived here in Ecuador?
I think my first impression was it was really mountainous, like quite hilly, and I was cold when I first got here, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm hot now. So.
Okay, but like as you see, like the climate is like kind of crazy. Like in the morning it's maybe a cold, and then in the afternoon it's like really
Really
shy.
hot, yeah.
That's interesting. What was your first impression of Ecuador when you recently arrived here?
Beautiful. Landing was one of the most interesting places because of all the mountains and the canyons. So I thought beautiful, very green. Felt like Earth was born from Ecuador.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that was so cute. That phrase. It was Earth. Can you repeat that? Please?
Earth was born from Ecuador.
What was your first impression when you recently arrived here in Ecuador?
First impression. To be honest, I haven't seen that much because I came straight across the border in Colombia, like from Pasto. I took many buses across the border, and then I came just here to the terminal and took an Uber, and I went to a family. They have like relatives. They're relatives from me, so I was staying at their place like the last days. Yesterday we only went to the shopping center to buy some things, so I haven't seen that much.
Okay, no problem. But you have already tried our food, maybe traditional dishes, or maybe what do you think about the climate in here? Something.
The climate is nice so far. There's more sun than in Colombia before. One thing I have like one impression, my first impression, when I took the bus from the border from Colombia to come to Quito, like the nature was super beautiful, like with the mountains, and I was just like the whole time on the window looking out and like super impressed. Yeah.
So you were impressed with the landscape and all the things that you have seen, like with the plants, the diversity. You have seen like different flowers, maybe on the mountains, right?
Totally, and also that the altitude is super high here, like 2,800 meters over sea. It's crazy for me. Because I'm from Switzerland, and like when it's when it's so high, like 2,800, it's like the big mountains where we go skiing and there's snow, and here it's just very different climate, even though it's like the same height.
Yes, so that's like maybe an interesting fact and a comparison that like you have in here like climate and the climate in Switzerland you mentioned. Yes. Thank you so much. Let's go with the second question. Is there any place in Ecuador that really stood out to you, like really impressed you in a strong way?
I've just got back from the Galapagos. I loved the Galapagos. I thought it was really cool. So yes, yeah.
Okay. What made it like special for you?
I think all the wildlife, like it was very impressive to see all the sea lions and the turtles.
Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah.
From your point of view, what makes like Ecuador different from other countries that you have already visited?
Ooh, that's interesting. I thought, this is not your question, but I thought the architecture is very similar to Peru, which was interesting. But I thought kind of the landscape makes it really different from other places.
And you prefer Ecuador or Peru?
Oh.
Being really honest, I'm not going to be mad.
Probably Ecuador at the moment, actually. I think Ecuador's okay. Yeah.
How would you compare tourism in Ecuador with tourism in your home country? Like, what difference can you find in the tourism in here in Ecuador and the tourism in your home country? Where are you from? I started in that point because
you need to know where you come from.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't. That's the thing that I have to ask at first.
Yeah, sure, of course.
I forgot.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
I come from Denmark, and the tourist in
Dinamarca.
Dinamarca?
Dinamarca. Yeah.
And the tourist in Denmark it's easy for tourists to come to Denmark because we have tourist office, we have easy to come around because of the train
metro,
transport,
train,
so-
transport.
yeah, transport.
Logistics is very easy.
Yeah.
in Denmark.
Yeah, it's a
So,
small country.
Yeah,
So you can fly for the one end to another in
5 hours.
5 hours and you've been through Denmark.
Okay.
It's a small country.
So the train is like a good option to be like from one place to another
Yeah.
and efficient. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy to travel in Denmark because Denmark is very flat. You don't have
Okay.
mountains, you don't have anything.
Yeah.
so
And here we have like
you have mountains
lines.
all the time. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Changing topics a bit.
Yeah.
Let's go. Can you briefly describe the educational system in your home country?
Yeah.
In Australia.
So I'm actually a teacher.
Okay.
So we have our primary school, which is our like foundation or reception, so the little kids up until year 6, which is about 11 or 12 years old.
Okay.
And then they move to high school, which is year 7 to 12. And you can finish school in year 10 if you want to. But year 11 and 12 is senior school, where you can do SACE in South Australia, which is, I presume you're doing IB. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
So you can do SACE or IB, and both give you a ranking that helps you get into university.
Okay, that's really interesting, and that's connected with my next question because I was going to ask you, are you familiar with the International Baccalaureate or IB program?
Yes.
Yes. So, how has IB influenced you, either academically or personally? As you're a teacher.
Yeah, so I actually, when I was in high school, went to an IB school. So I did lots of pre-IB, but then we split in year 11 to either do SACE or IB. And from what I know, IB has a lot of emphasis or importance on the final exams. Like So SACE, which is a South Australian, we have a lot of focus on big assignments leading up to it, and I liked an assignment better. So I did SACE, but lots and lots of my friends did IB, and they did it mostly so that they could go overseas with their results.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
there
They
you
can
go.
go everywhere. Right now, we're crossing IB, and I consider that it's kind of hard. I don't know if, like in here, we have like the curriculum that really marked, and we have like to this first the internal like assessments, and then we have like to take the external ones that I consider they are like the most difficult ones.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but I think that this program help us like all the world, like be connected kind of.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So it helps and it provides like this whole global awareness around the world. So finally, how important do you think international education is in today's globalized world?
Yeah, it's so important. And I think particularly when you're in places where you want to travel overseas, you want to know different cultures and have that. And I think if you like on a map, Australia is so far away from everything else. Like people don't really speak other languages in it, well, people do, but they don't learn them at schools as much in Australia, which makes it hard to travel and hard to experience different cultures. So I think the emphasis on global connectivity in IB is really important.
Exactly. So it helps. I think at the end it helps IB words education. So can you briefly describe the system of education of your home country, like how it works, how it functions, how the students are?
Sure, of course. You start in school, preschool when you're 6, and then you go to school when you're 7. And
It's free.
It's free.
all school is free.
You can choose a private one.
Normal schools are free. So yeah, normal schools are free. And when you go to high school, it's free, and then you go to university, it's free. Yeah, you get when you start on university, you and over 18. No, that's not necessary. You get paid to go to school.
So,
Okay.
oh my god. No, I'm surprised because in here, like, education is always paid. In here we have like some schools that are not private and you don't pay, but are like didn't have the level of the ones that are paid. You know, like the educational level is like lower. They don't have like their resources sometimes, like the content of the books or something like that. So
But when you enter universities, you have to buy the books yourself. But the education is free.
yes, like also we have like in here like universities you have to pay to enter in, and the semesters you have to pay also, but also like public universities that you don't have to pay. But I think that they provide you like the material you need. But it sounds like really interesting how in your country the educational system is like free, and I think that that's really like I don't know, incredible, because all the kids, all the children have the opportunity to study.
To study. If they're poor, if they're rich, if they
Exactly.
come from rich families, poor families, everybody can be an engineer or anything.
Exactly.
Everybody.
Yes.
And they need to go to school. It's not an option. If you need to, or else just homeschooling, but you need to have to
It's
test
mandatory
that.
to go to school.
Yeah, it's perfect.
For 9 years. You have to go to school 9 years, mandatory in Denmark. So every kid, every young knows a bit English and a bit Danish, a bit everything. So math, something like that. So
That's a really valuable thing I consider of your country. So I didn't know that, but that sounds really like I don't know.
we have a very nice country.
Yeah. One day I will visit. Hope.
had to.
Hope.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you so much. No worries. Great job.